Hello, good morning. I hope everyone is well today. So, as I told you, today is what conference number 4, the 4th what conference. I think you're gonna hear some background uh, sounds because at this moment I am not alone. So, I'm sorry for that. So let's begin. Remember that for today, I'm going to show you what you have to do in the second week activity. That is documento, cosas que he estado haciendo en el último año. That's a writing activity. So let's go. Remember that here when we are on the main page of the course, English Does Work Level 6, you will find actividades iniciales, cronograma, actividad de aprendizaje guía. So please go to actividad de aprendizaje guía. And here, in the second learning component, you will find the activity. Documento, cosas que he estado haciendo en el último año. So you have to click there. Here we have the information, the directions of the activity, and then the checklist. That is what I'm going to grade in the activity. So you have to read it and keep it in mind in order to succeed in the activity. So let's see, documento. When we talk about activities we have been doing, we refer to actions that connect the past to the present. We are focusing on the duration of the activity. For this, we use the present perfect continuous. Things I have been doing a long time. That means that they started in the past, they continue, and they are still true, and they're happening in the present moment. That's what we call present perfect continuous. So, in order to do this evidence, you need to look to study the learning component. The second one, life is good and I have been enjoying it. And here you have the present perfect continuous. I have been enjoying it. That's present perfect continuous. So let's go back to the course. To the section actividad de aprendizaje guía. And let's see the second component. Life is so good and I have been enjoying it. So please go to the platform and look for this learning material. Here we have the difference between present perfect and past simple. I mentioned it yesterday in the web conference we had yesterday. We have some discourse markers, sequential past time linkers. And here we have the subject we need to use in this activity, which is present perfect continuous. We have been enjoying our time, our free time a lot. This is also present perfect continuous. Okay? So, remember that in order to do this activity, that's something you have to do by yourself. not in groups. You need to understand the structure and the function, the uses of the present perfect continuous. You also need to understand the second, the discourse markers, the sequential pastime linkers, because you are going to talk about situations that are true, that are happening, but they started in the past. And so you are going to talk about that in that document. So you need to add linkers, what we call linkers or what we call connectors, in order to connect one idea to other and to travel from the past to the present, from the present to the past. When you are talking about things that you have been doing in the last year. You need also to use the vocabulary. Here we use here in the mainly in the material. You also have to build at least 15 complex sentences. And you also, in those complex sentences, you need to use the present perfect continuous, the discards markers, and also the vocabulary to talk about the activities you have been doing in the last year. You also need to follow the basic rules to display presentations, to display a writing document, and you need to have at least a front page, then an introduction, and then the development of your document, of your writing exercise. We also have that in Spanish, in every language. Of course, you need to moderate your language because you're writing in English, so you cannot use slang or, like that's a writing exercise. And you also have to follow the upper rules for writing. You need to send your writing exercise in the PDF format and at least 3 pages. At least 3 pages with 15 sentences, complete sentences. Okay? And you send the document through the space that is available on the platform, which is here. Actividades de aprendizajes, documento, documento, and then you have here agregar entrega. You have what we have seen here, the directions and the checklist, and then the space to write a message if you need to write a message. And then here to add your file. You choose your file. Okay, let's say this one. And then you choose subir este archivo. Now, guardar cambios, okay? That's it. So now let's go to the checklist. Here we have present effectively the information you were asked, where you talk about the things you have been doing in the last year using the present perfect continuous. Here in your writing, there is evidence that you use well the different structures, grammar structures in the present perfect continuous. You use the auxiliary have has, the verbs ending in ing. Also, you know how to communicate through the present perfect continuous, and you know how to structure to build complex sentences using the present perfect continuous. You use enough vocabulary related to the activities, leisure activities, and other activities in order to talk about what you have been doing. And okay, you know how to write, like there is coherence. We find coherence in the document, orthography. We call this, we call this in English spelling, a good spelling and everything. So it is comprehensive what you write. And you send the information, you send the activity on the dates from the beginning of the course until the end. And you follow these instructions to develop this evidence. So that's it. This is everything you have to do. You find information in Spanish. I am translating this in English because you are in level 6, and I have to explain this to you too. And so, yeah, I hope you have a wonderful Friday, and hope to see you in the next web conference. Goodbye. Thank you.